I wasn't going to do an AK rifle cleaning video, and as I was taking it apart, I was thinking about it. I'm like, you know, there's so many new people that watch this channel now, and God knows where my AK video cleaning video is. I try to organize my videos. I have them somewhat organized, but I'm not sure if the AK one in there is in there. So there's nothing wrong with doing another one. I already took it apart, but you'll see when I put it back together. These guns are so easy to maintain. Like I said, these are the rifles of Glock. You know what I mean? If Glock would have made a rifle, it probably would have been something like this. There's only, God, it's so simple. Well, I'll tell you what I did so far. Of course, anytime I'm cleaning my AKs or rifles, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what kind of lube you send me. I don't care what all these people send me, all this shit. I always end up using this. This is the best. I don't care what anybody says. This is it. Reason why is it cleans. It's not a harsh cleaner, so you might have to leave it on just a little bit longer than like CLP or Hoppies, but it cleans just as good, if not better. You just got to leave it on a little longer, and you have to worry about it screwing up, you know, wood or anything like that. But don't get me wrong, it's still a chemical. So when you put it on your guns, you have to wipe it off. You don't soak your guns, you don't wet your guns and put them away and store it. It's still a chemical. It will eat and lift. So just gotta be careful. So what I did was I got the barrel stall. I like these cans. These are my favorite, the aerosol cans. I have the big liquid cans too. I don't use them too much. They're for adjusting. The liquid cans, you add water to them. You can spray your plants with them, and you add a little more water to them, and you different levels of strength and all. That's what the big cans are for. I don't use them too much. I get most use out of this. I just use these straight out of these cans, and these are the best. I like these. These what are they? 12 ounces? 6 ounces. Damn. Sorry, I'm not too good at looking at that, am I? And love it. Okay. Now what I do is I just sprayed it in there. I already sprayed it. Just sprayed it in there, and I have the whole rifle on a 45-degree angle, so it all runs down. And then I spray the gas. Then I take the gas tube off, which I did. Sprayed it in there. Put it on top of a rag. And then here's the bolt, which contains the firing pin and the extractor. And this rifle is extracting wonderful because there was no dents in my brass, and there was no dents in the steel. And that's great. Usually, if you have an AK and it's extracting your brass or your steel and you're getting dents, usually it's hitting right here on the dust cover on the edge. But look at this. I haven't touched this yet. I haven't cleaned it or anything. There's no marks from the brass hitting anywhere. So this extractor is whatever kind they use is perfectly adjusted. I don't even have to touch it. Guess it should be for a $1,000 AK, right? So I just do that, soak it down. This is the piston and the bolt carrier, and you can see how dirty it is. See it? And watch when I'm done with it. The barrel stall's been sitting on it for about, I don't know, 10 minutes now. And then this is the bolt carrier. Now you really don't need, AKs don't demand a lot of lubrication. They are the complete opposite of an AR. If you're an AR guy, you're getting into AKs, erase your brain. Okay? Take your brain out. Take your AR brain out. Put your AK brain in. It's like your AR brain is a hard drive and it's full. Okay, take that hard drive out. Get a blank hard drive and stick it in your brain. Okay, now we're going to fill your blank hard drive with the AK system. Okay, you ready? You only need a little hard drive for this. You don't need, it could be 1 megabyte. I'm telling you. Because you don't need any lubrication. You can lubricate it. If you want it to feel smooth, and when you pull that charging handle, if you want it to have that butter feeling, it's okay to lubricate it. Yes, you can, but it don't need it. I lubricate it because I want it to feel smooth. And it does help on wear to a certain extent. But if you do lubricate an AK, very little. And where I lubricate it is right here, in this crease here. I'll just get some grease and just fill that up a little, and then flip it on the other side. Get some grease and just squirt some grease in between there, because that sandwiches the rails here, right here. It sandwiches them. So when you move it back and forth, it'll lube up the rails and everything. Like I say, Real AK guys, heavy duty AK guys, they probably use very little lubrication. I mean, I don't use a lot of lubrication either, but there's really no need for it. The only spot that I'd say you should lubricate is definitely is the bolt where it sits in the bolt carrier, so it can twist and move and do what it's supposed to do. But it'll twist and move and do what it's supposed to do without lubrication. It's a fantastic design. People can't understand why they're so wonderful. Do you know why? They look at it and go, there's nothing to it. Why is this so wonderful? That's exactly why. There's nothing to it. It works and works and works. If the shit hit the fan, this is the rifle I grab. I know I have a fancy AR. I got this on it. I got that on it. I got the nickel bore on this and all this crap, gas piston system and all that shit. I got all this tactical, all this tactical shit on there, and it's a great rifle and it is very reliable. But I have to stop and think a little bit. A little bit before I grab it. Is it lubricated? There's no thinking. You just, grab the AK. Is the mag full? That's all. We're good. Let's go. And that's it. Okay? That's why I feel the way I do about these wonderful, wonderful rifles. Okay, so I barrel stalled everything, and what I'll do is I will use a bore snake. I don't use bore snakes too much, and I clamp the corner of the pistol grip in the vise, of course, with rubber bumper pads, just enough to hold it that I can go like this with the rifle, move it up and down a little bit. And I'll get a bore snake like this. These are cool, but if the rifle ain't on an angle enough, they're hard to fish down the barrel. And these are times where I will use a steel brush. So you guys barely ever see me use steel brushes, but I will use one when I clean my AK. Because I know it can take it, that's why. I know it can take it. And let me see, a 30 caliber brush should be good. Let's try this one. I don't even know what that is. Number 40. Oh, it's a 40 caliber brush. Yeah. I think that'll be fine. So what you do is, you just get the snake, has a weight on this side of it, and usually it'll slide right down the barrel, which it's cooperating today. Sometimes they don't. They're a pain in the ass, and you gotta. Okay, here it is. See what I'm saying? If the barrel was on a steeper angle, I wouldn't have any problems. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll just get it. Now, if I'm testing a brush out, I'm telling you, this happens. Sometimes you'll get a fucking thing stuck in there, and that sucks. Pull it. And if it don't feel like it's really moving, don't try to pull it through. You'll get it stuck in there, and you'll have a hell of a time getting out. But I feel it moving, so I know it's going to come through nice. Yeah, it came through nice. So I used a 40 caliber brush, and it's working, and it's enough friction. It's putting enough friction on that barrel. I know it's cleaning it, so I use that. It's cool. Nothing has to have a perfect recipe. Remember, these brushes squash down too, so it ain't like you have to use it for a 40 and you have to use this for that. And I run this through about, I don't know, a lot of times. A lot of times. There you go. So you develop your system in a couple of minutes, figure out what works. And then after I run this through a few times, now I only put about 80 rounds through this today, so it's not that dirty. And but I just want to make sure I get all the dirt out, because it is brand new, and it has what's great about this one, it does have a nice chrome line barrel, which isn't a deal breaker for me, but they are easier to clean. They are easier to clean because it acts like like I said, like a non-stick frying pan. It's easier to clean because it's smooth and shiny, and it repels the dirt from grabbing on. Now when you don't have a chrome line barrel, you gotta make sure you clean it really well, and then protect it with oil again. Okay, and that's it. That's all I'll do for the barrel. I didn't put that many rounds through it. And that's the bore snakes. Yeah, they're very easy. They work great. Once you get a little rhythm down, you'll start getting fast at it, and it's not a big deal. And then here's the bolt carrier. there's no sense of taking the firing pin out. I wouldn't do that unless, shit, I wouldn't do that until you have like a couple thousand rounds through it, you know. But I always still examine everything. Sorry, I was out of frame completely, wasn't I? I always still examine everything. Make sure nothing's, because you know, these are made in factories and there could be something weird. You could have a hairline crack, so I always look at everything. Okay. Most important, crucial part here is your extractor. Make sure there's no crust in between, because then you'll have a hard time grabbing the rim of the round and pulling it out, and you'll think something's wrong. And it's pretty much spotless. So these AKs, they're so easy to clean. Now this, all I'll do with this is look at it and go, huh. Stick my finger in a groove and look at this and go, oh yeah, oh yeah. There he goes. The ballast will make this look brand new. Okay. Now what you will find with these pistons is, I mean, you could use steel wool, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. When you use these pistons, the top of them up here, it gets cooked, and it's kind of hard to get that off. This is doing good though. Ballast is working. It's getting it off. Just try to stay on top of that. Try to clean that real good every time you clean your gas piston. Make sure that's as clean as you can get it. Yep, it's got little scratch marks in it. That's where it's breaking in. That's good. But this thing, you know, it ran like a Cadillac, you know. There you go. Nice and clean. Okay. That's it. That's done. Now, will I lubricate this? Well, there's enough on here now that to take care of the steel and protect the steel. I ain't got to worry about it. Now, that's clean. That's clean. Here's my recoil rod and spring. They really ain't that dirty. I'll just get a rag and run it over it. A lot of this is factory grease because this thing is brand new. I mean, you could take the spring off and really get into it. There's no need to do that right now. Eventually, yeah, do that once in a while. You know what I mean? You want to do that once in a while. And there is a way to do it. There's a special tool you gotta... Well, I never took this one apart yet. I'll have to look at it. This is unique. I never seen one like this. Just the way from this part to here, I never seen one like that. It's pretty cool. Actually, it's made really well. That's why I'm saying that. Gas tube. All this thing acts like is a chimney. You know what I mean? But you still should clean it. What I use is a 45 caliber brush. Where is it? That one Springfield Armory gives you. Man, that is perfect. It looks like a chimney sweeper. Where the frig is it? Here it is. Look how big that is. That's it. And that, you usually get this with your 1911 Springfield 45. You'll get one of these, or an XD or something. You'll get, not the XD, it's the other one, XDM. And these work perfect. Look, they're just a little too big, and they work great. And they're only nylon, so you can go back and forth. You don't have to worry about taking the finish off inside or whatever you're worried about. And that's it. You just give it a quickie. Give it a quickie. Then I'll get a patch, a couple patches, because it's real dirty in there. Do you have to do this with an AK? No. But if you want your gun real clean all over, and you're weird like me, this is how you do it. See how dirty it is in there? It's good to do it. There's nothing wrong with a squeaky clean gun. You know what I mean? We're so, you know, our guns are so temperamental. We're so used to that thing where it has to be clean or it won't function right. Well, these guns ain't like that. That's all you do. Even if it's a little dirt in there, you leave it in there, it doesn't matter. Okay, now what I will do is put my gas piston on first. Let me get you a better angle here to see what I'm doing here. Oh man, I'm a little hyper today, can you tell? Hyper. That's because I haven't seen Ron. I don't know what he's doing. Okay. Alright. Okay, there's your gas tube assembly. Real simple. As far as cleaning in here, you can just clean in here as much as you can reach. You could put a brush in there and clean that out too. But like I said, it's not crucial, not with these weapons. Okay, the barrel's good. Before we do anything else, let's run a patch down the barrel. See, I'm jumping ahead of myself because I'm a dork. Okay, I'm just running one clean patch down the barrel just to get all that crud that I scrubbed. And I'm using a rod to do that. I just give it one push. There we go. Wow, look at that. All that was in the barrel. I think I'll do that again. And what I do is just, I have a copper brush on here, or metal brush. I don't know what caliber it is. It's all squashed down, so don't go by this. Don't go by this number. It's a 357, but it's all squashed down, so it's more like a 22. Okay, so I don't want to waste my patch. So I'll flip it this way, and then do it again. You know, there's guys that shoot their AKs. They put hundreds of rounds through them. They just throw them in their safe, and that's, you know, they see this, they think it's weird what I'm doing, but I don't care. I like my guns clean, man. Plus, it's good to show new guys how to do this stuff. And that's it. I know the barrel ain't perfectly clean. It's got a little bit more door off it, but I know I'm good. Okay, so that's it. I'll wipe this old grease off the rails. Right here. These are your rails. Man, it's so nice to have a milled receiver. It's so just sturdy. It's sturdy. It's really sturdy. Okay, now I'm ready to put it back together. Now what I'll do is, I can use ballast oil. I'll just oil where I need to oil. That's all. And just a light coating. You don't need a lot. And it goes in the bolt carrier pretty easily. See, it moves like this. So you kind of want a little lubrication here, but you see how loose everything fits in the AKs? It doesn't even need lubrication. I mean, if you didn't have lubrication, your gun would run perfect. Doesn't matter. It's amazing. They really are. I'm fascinated with them. Okay, that's in there. Gas tube. This particular arsenal, I don't know if it's because it's Bulgarian. They do this a little different. They dish this out more. Or they flare this out more to make this easier to get in. Because usually these, sometimes, especially when they're new, they're hard to get in. So it's really not too much effort to get this in anymore. Just put it on there, push it down, pull my lever down. Now lever does take a while to get broken in, but it's already broke in. I only took it off 5 times and now it's ready. Holds it on there nice and tight. Now the next thing I'll do is put this bolt carrier in. Now when I do this, like I said, if you want to lubricate your AK, you can either use ballast oil, or if you want to use a grease, let's get some grease. This is really good stuff too. Tetra gun grease. This works good. Instead of greasing all the rails, it's ridiculous. You don't need a lot, so you just fill this little slot up. Just a dot. See that? That's all. And then this slot. Just a dot. And that's it. When you work the action, it'll lube the whole thing for you. Okay? Let's make sure this is it. Just push it down. See how that? It's like spring action right there. Just push it down and go forward. Man, that's like ridiculously. It feels so straight. It's ridiculous. It's like no resistance at all. God, I think I'm gonna get buried with this. I'm not even leaving this to anybody. It's going down with me. We'll get cremated together. Guide rod, recoil spring. slide it in the hole, and there's a track here. You just push it past the track forward, lower it, and let it fit itself in there. Very simple. Now your dust cover, since this is clean, we don't have to do that. Just wipe out the undercarriage of it, the underneath of it. Like I said, this is a battle rifle. These guys talk about battle rifles, battle rifles. The AK-47 platform is a true battle rifle. Because when you say battle rifle, it's not sensitive. You know what I mean? It just does what it has to do, no matter what. Now, a good fitted AK, these are easy to get on. See? Some of them other AKs, the little cheaper ones, it's kind of a pain in the ass to get that on. But it's you know, it's not a big deal. Even a cheap AK, even a cheap one, even if you find one for $300, that thing will run and run and run and will be reliable. I just choose to have, it's nice to know you have something that a lot of people desire, you know what I mean? And it's nice to know that you have one of the best, okay? Okay. Now, well, it's all clean. That's it. That's real clean for this, okay? All you got to do is give it a function test, and of course man, that feels like glass. Pull the charging handle, make sure the trigger works. Okay, let's put the safety on. Let's pull the charging handle, put the safety on, make sure the trigger does not work. Okay, all right. Let's hold the trigger in, charge the handle, make sure it resets. It does. Make sure it fires. Okay, that's all you can do, you know what I'm saying? Now she's ready to go. And since she's ready to go, and it proved to be working, I'll put some ammo in it, not now, but when I'm ready. Okay, I won't use it for home protection, but I'll keep ammo in it just in case some crazy shit goes down. Bulgarian magazine, Bulgarian Circle 10, see the Circle 10? And check this out. On this receiver here, it's because it's a Bulgarian AK, I don't know if it's any relation. There's a Circle 10 on there too. Yeah, everything just goes together like that. Okay, other than that, oops. No magazine wobble here, none of that shit. The thing's good to go. The only thing that I wish it had that cutout on the thumb safety so it would hold the charging handle back. Because some gun ranges, when you go there and you bench your rifle and they see the charging handles closed, they're like, hey, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to have that open. Well, dude, this is an AK. It doesn't stay open. Well, you're going to have to put some orange flag in there. Okay, dude. Okay, you know the deal, guys. But there's AKs out there where they have a notch here, and when you put it up, it sits. The charging handle sits in there and it holds it open. So that's a pretty nice thing. Now, if I find one, will I put it on this? No, I can't. I can't change anything on this. This is like my Polytech. You can't do nothing to it. You just gotta leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Okay. All right. Some guy said he wanted to see the stamping on it. It's nothing too fancy, dude. I'll just show you. It's kind of rough, but like I said, with these rifles, that's the way it is. And you know, it's all numbered and everything. And it says Arsenal. It says Bulgaria. Has a Circle 10 on it. Okay. That's it. Hope you guys liked the video. Hope I didn't bore you to death. I'll see you later.